was terror. Well, hold it still. Ta-da!
Con Air, people.
Can they see who's in it?
John Cusack, Nicolas Cage, and John Malkovich. Along with Steve Buscemi
and on the back,
David Chappelle.
This, I can't point to it. I can't get it. Ah! Going the wrong way. Down. This is actually going the wrong way again. That's actually a scene in the movie.
Yeah, I know. All three are scenes from the movie.
Okay.
So anyway, this is a Kate pick, so Kate, blabber.
Okay. So, when I started to watch it the other day, and then he said, "Do you want to review it?" I didn't get to see exactly the beginning part of it. So, why he ended up going to prison. He just got discharged from the military, and he went home to see his wife, who was pregnant, and then he got in a fight with some yahoos after the bar closed, and they were trying to kill him with a knife, and he grabbed the knife and he killed one of the guys, and he was misrepresented and went to prison. Okay, got that so far? Okay, so now he's in prison and he is about due to get out. What is that?
It's the DVD.
Oh, he is about due to get out, and it's his little girl's birthday. And so he got a present in the prison. It was a stuffed bunny.
Mm-hmm.
It was either that or it was cigarettes, and so I think he
Who
chose
took
well.
Fluffy?
And then he's instead of taking a bus or whatever home for the couple hours, or I forget how many hours it would have been by bus. He took the plane, which should have been like a couple hours. And it turned out that they had the worst of the worst on this plane that was being transported to Carson City to a new facility. And so they're all on this. So then what happens is they have a DEA agent on it because they want to know where some drugs are hidden or money or whatever. And that DEA agent ends up having a gun at his ankle. And so then when there was uprisal on the plane...
yeah, a lot of these guys end up, like, pulling lockpicks out of their skin. Or in Dave Chappelle's case, like, pulling out, like, a thing of, like, lighter fluid and a match, setting a Native American on fire.
Yeah. And then it just started really bad from there. Oh my God, it got bad on the plane. A lot of fights and whatever. So Malkovich was like the head prisoner with everything going on, and then they end up taking over the plane, and yeah. It kind of goes downhill. Where is the cover? Who's that one guy?
John Malkovich?
No, the...
Steve Buscemi?
Lennox or whatever.
Lennox?
The agent. John Cusack.
Yeah.
John Cusack it's his plane with the prisoner transport. And the other guy that was there, he was DEA, and he didn't care what Malkovich said and kind of wanted to take over this whole thing. So
if they ever do make an Under Siege 3 and it's set on a plane, just replace Nicolas Cage with Steven Seagal.
Oh God.
And that's what I imagine. This feels like an Under Siege knockoff.
Oh, I thought you were going to say John, not Wick. Who did Bruce Willis play?
John McClane, Die Hard ripoff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this could be a Die Hard ripoff. I mean, Under Siege is a Die Hard ripoff. But this is like a ripoff of a ripoff.
I thought it had some funny spots, But then it got really
I
serious
thought it
and
was a little
heavy.
too long.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
I thought maybe it should have been. Maybe it's because I'm a huge fan of Air Force One that's kind of what I wanted the movie more to be like.
But they were prisoners. They weren't the president. Ah!
No, no, no.
Taking over the plane?
But here's the thing. Terrorists did kind of take over the plane in Air Force One. I was thinking that Nicolas Cage could be like the Harrison Ford.
Well, kinda he was.
But the entire movie was set on a plane, pretty much. And he was having to, like, kill each person to, like, try to, like, win, to try to, like, save people and himself.
Well, he wanted to save his buddy that he didn't get his insulin.
Yeah, he was dying. He had diabetes, and he had, like, I have only 2 to 4 hours left before I, like, die. Like, they ran out of needles, and
Well, no, they got stepped on.
this movie needed
He
more
had
Dave Chappelle. I know that's
syringe.
controversial, but
He didn't have the syringe. He had the insulin, but he didn't have a needle to put it into his body.
if he
And
drank it,
no, I don't think you can drink it.
could you do it like a suppository?
Ooh. But it was liquid. You're not going to put glass into your. Yeah.
No, pour the liquid in.
How? Oh, boy.
I don't know.
That would be something else.
Oh, in addition to Mr. Arby's, Ving Rhames.
Oh.
You didn't know he was the voice of that guy? Arby's, we have the meats.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I found that out from SNL.
Mm.
There's also Mr. When you think of a badass Mexican, the only badass Mexican you can even think of, Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Trejo, isn't it?
That's right. The dude from Breaking Wind Part 1.
What else? Wasn't he in that other...
He was in the Spy Kids movies.
No, he was also in another movie.
Triple X?
No.
Delta Farce?
No. Okay, forget it. I don't remember. We'll move on.
I've said for years, like, when NBC was doing... I'm sorry to interrupt, but when NBC was doing, like, live musicals, I was, like, wishing... Please do a live-action Winnie the Pooh the musical, starring Danny Trejo as Winnie the Pooh.
No, I think he could be in that Dwayne Johnson, the rabbit thing. He could be one of those characters. Dwayne Johnson was a rabbit, a bunny rabbit.
In what?
From SNL, that skit.
Oh, Bambi?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or he was a deer. Was he a deer or a bunny rabbit? Oh, okay.
He was Bambi. Vin Diesel was the bunny thumper. He was like...
Well, then Trejo could have been like a fox or squirrel or whatever.
I still think Danny Trejo in a Winnie the Pooh costume being like... Oh, bother. I got stuck in a honey tree again. I want my honey.
Beehive. You're in a beehive, not a honey tree.
The movie was called Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Tree, but the first story was. I'm sorry, continue.
But beehives are in trees. Beehives are
Continue.
Well, where was I? Okay, so then John Cusack's character is trying to figure out what's going on with the plane. And then they go into Virus Malkovich's prison cell, and they find that he has all these plans, and he's got this box in there that says "Do not open." And John Cusack says, "Don't touch anything."
How was he able to like build a private?
Because it was filled with caulk or with drywall.
You know what? They deserve that then.
It was filled with drywall. You do it at night so the guards don't see.
You know what? With someone as bad as John Malkovich, you just put him in a cage and then you throw the cage out to sea and just let it sink. At least they should have done it for Danny Trejo's character. Don't you agree? He 30 at least 33 women.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't going to get the private or
Wouldn't you? Wouldn't
the
you?
agent on the
Wouldn't you
plane.
agree after like the second one he should have been like thrown out of the ocean?
Well, what about that other character they picked up in Carson City?
The one who pretty much looked like the Signs of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi's
Yeah.
character.
He would.
He was inspired. His character was inspired by like John Wayne Gacy and Charles Manson.
Yeah. Mm.
I did not know that was Steve Buscemi until way later.
When they took the mask off, didn't you know?
The movie was starting to lose me at that point, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it did have some funny parts in it.
I mean, I know Nicolas Cage is a chemical super freak, but
This wasn't a bad movie of his, though. I think
Would
The
you-
Weatherman might have been worse, or, you know.
Trying to think, what would be his worst movie? Next. Next was okay for the first, like, 5 minutes.
National Treasure.
No, Bangkok Dangerous.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, you do. That was the one where he was, like, in Hong Kong and it turned into, like, the Karate Kid and it was like, I like this kid. He reminds me of me.
Okay.
And then...
So anyway, they're on the plane. And they land
What was
the Lidl or something? Was the airport that they landed in?
Oh, God.
Was it Lidl? It was
Kirk Cameron was in, like, some movie... He was in, like, some movie where he was, like, a pilot or something, and it was during, like, the apocalypse.
I don't know. But anyway, they're about to land, and they're supposed to meet up with the drug cartel from Mexico.
Oh, gosh, this is gonna bother me.
And so they land. They do a little damage. They actually land in a lot of sand.
Hold on a second. I'm just gonna go look it up.
And once they land, then everybody starts having to dig out. And then they see a plane coming in, or they see vehicles coming in. Oh, and what was really, really funny is the guy that was DEA. Oh my God, when John Cusack goes to the hangar and he says, okay, I have to get in less than 50 minutes, I have to get a plane and get to Carson City, or to Lidl, Lidl Airport Base, whatever. And they said, well, I'd love to have a plane too. And then he said, about the only way you're going to make it is a fast car. So he goes out and he's in the yard and he's got his car there and he's like, he looks over and the DEA agent has got a
Left Behind
supercar. What was the type of car the DEA agent had? He had a
I don't know, but the movie is called Left Behind that Nicolas Cage was in.
He had a car.
It was a remake of the Kirk Cameron movie.
Okay, license plate that was a something KICK something.
Kick butt?
Whatever, something like that it was. And so he drove that car to Lidl. And he drove as fast as he could. And he gets there, he hides the car. Yeah, it was pretty funny when the car got picked up as soon as they took off.
And then the movie crashes in Las Vegas, and I was thinking, like, is this kind of a sequel to Leaving Las Vegas? Or is this a prequel because Nicolas Cage was in that too?
No, this is Landing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I know. It's like, is this a sequel or
right
a prequel?
Right on the strip. People can't hear that a plane's coming in. Oh, look out, get out of the way. Would the owner of a white Mercedes please move your car or it will be towed away? Well, yeah, it was going to be smushed. They should have said, you're going to be crashed into, yeah.
So then there's a final fight scenes with Big Daddy himself.
Remember the scene where this couple had just gotten their car washed, and a bird kind of on the
Yeah.
windshield. He's wiping the windshield.
Oh,
He
and Dave
goes,
Chappelle just falls on him.
"Yeah, wouldn't you know that we just got the car washed moments ago, and this has to happen?" And the wife is like, "Well, this is good luck. They say
Found the
it's good
peanut.
luck."
Found the peanut.
And then all of a sudden a body falls. So then they get a hold of Larkin, and Larkin, there's a message for him, and then yeah, it was kind of funny, but it made a big crash.
You know what's also pretty funny?
Huh.
Cinema Snob, he reviewed that movie Las Vegas Bloodbath, and he said this guy, he kind of looks like Nicolas Cage. So
Mm.
this is now the third movie that is kind of related to Nicolas Cage that involves Las Vegas. The third
Well,
at least.
to have him,
Yeah.
and the
One looks like him.
third one looks like him. Okay.
I'm surprised
So
Lady
then,
Terminator didn't have a scene in Vegas then.
so they're in the Lidl airport. They're getting ready to take off. Nicolas Cage wraps the rope and the hook around
His
a
name
pole.
is Castor Troy.
I thought it was Bo.
Cameron Poe.
Poe.
No, his name is Nicholas Coppola.
Would you stop?
You didn't know that, did you?
Whatever.
Yeah, his real name's Nicholas Coppola. He changed it to avoid nepotism.
Ah, good. Good for
And he's a
him.
fan of Luke Cage, apparently.
Whoever that is.
It's a Marvel comic. Surprised he wasn't considered for the role of Luke Cage. That would have been awesome. Hey, what's up, Iron Man? Thor, I'm gonna kick you like Zeus's butthole. That was in The Rock, I think. Anyway, I'm sorry, people. Oh, I should have done this entire review in my Nicolas Cage voice.
Oh, that's okay. We've
I'll
heard
do
it.
that in the next review.
We've heard it. We don't need to hear it again.
I was not a huge fan of this movie.
So anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so here goes the car is flying off with the airplane, and then it goes through the top tower where they watch for flights coming in. And
yeah, they wanted to jump off the plane, but they were like, oh, on a normal day, that would be crazy, but not today. And I was thinking, like, man, if they had gotten off, this movie could have been like an hour and a half.
Yeah. Then, all of a sudden, the car doesn't continue on its flight.
Mm-hmm.
And it lands right in front of the DEA guy. And he's like, and then
And John Malkovich's head gets splattered.
Yeah.
And a steel...
Oh, thank God we didn't see it.
No, but you did see a steel rod go through his leg.
And the guy downstairs went through his chest.
No, I thought that was just like, that was being filled up with water or something to like drown him.
No, down
The
in
driver?
the luggage.
Oh, I was talking about the driver. Anyway, can we wrap this up if you don't mind?
Sure.
Would you get
So
this on
all in
Blu-ray?
all, it crashes in Las Vegas, and he finally meets up with his wife and his daughter.
Looking like John McClane.
And his daughter doesn't want the bunny. Well, the bunny got soaking wet and dirty and everything else, and then she accepts it. And he calls his wife Hummingbird, and they just sit there hugging, and then John Cusack, Larkin, is looking at them.
And talks about how he can get his car fixed.
And he's the DA agent is, I'm done. I'm bored with that car.
Would you buy this on Blu-ray or 4K?
Probably not.
I'd say rent it. This movie has a fan base. I'm not going to take anything away. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
It was a lot of action, though.
Anyway, she got to pick an R-rated, bloody, gory film.
It wasn't that bloody.
So, I'm going to pick a PG-13 action film.
Okay.
From our good friends. Bye!
Bye now.